All right, we in here. Roll the intro.
Another one, it's another one, and another one.
What's poppin', y'all? We back in here with another video. It's your boy Keon, and today, y'all, I wanted to do a story time. I was telling this story to one of my friends, and I was like, you know what? I got to tell my people about this because it's actually really funny. So, y'all, my throat, remember I told you I was getting over something. So I've been doing a lot of talking today, and my throat bothered me a little bit, but we're going to get into the story because, y'all, the story is key. So, I get a call from my friend Roger. We'll call him Roger. So I'm gonna give everybody names. So I get a call from my friend Roger. Hello. Roger's like, bro, Justin Combs is having a Halloween party in LA and we should go. And I'm like, well, yeah, I want to go, but mind you, y'all, this is about 7 or 8 years ago. So I'm 19 at the time. I remember it like it was yesterday. So I was 19 at the time. I had never even been on a plane before, ever. So this was my first time flying. I had never really been out of town for real. Only like on a college tour and stuff, with the school, but that was by way of bus. So, I'm like, well, yeah. So at the time when Roger called me, I'm not really thinking nothing of it. It's because he called me, let's say he called maybe a month or and a half or so before we were gonna go. So I'm like, okay, yeah, he said we're gonna go, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I'm 19 at the time. What the hell am I gonna do in LA? And then at a Justin Combs party, it just didn't even sound right. So I'm like, okay, sure. So he's like, yeah, he was like, the party is such and such day. It was at the end of October because remember it was for Halloween. He was like, yeah, we're gonna go to LA. I'm gonna book the hotel because y'all know back then. So mind you, we all broke for the most part. So I worked my little job or whatever, but I'm broke. I'm staying with my mom and everything. So he's like, yeah, I booked the hotel for us. It's all good. He let me know how much it was going to be, because you could book the hotel, but you don't have to pay anything. So my friend Roger, he's really good at stuff like that. He and I are still friends to this day. We're like this. So Roger books the hotel and everything, and I'm still kind of like, what the hell is we finna be doing? Now, mind you, I don't think any of us were 21 at the time. Roger may have just was about to turn 21. I don't remember. We were so young. Again, 7, 8 years ago. So I'm like, what are we about to do in LA? So, y'all, give me 1 second. So, we booked the flights. We fly Spirit. Okay, yeah. It was dirt cheap. And then we flew out of Chicago. So I'm originally from Milwaukee. So I was living in my hometown. We all were living in our hometown at that time, whatever. So we end up flying out of Chicago. So you got to catch a bus or you got to get a ride or whatever, about an hour and 15 minutes to the airport to get to Chicago. Because, the flight was cheap and we was flying Spirit. So time goes by, whatever. And Roger brought the trip up to me again about a month or so before. So, I'm not really thinking that we're going to really go. So, but we end up getting the flights and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm broke. And I have another friend that was on a trip as well. So we'll call this friend, I'm trying to think. Oh, we'll call him Sticky. That's what we'll call this friend, Sticky. And his nickname will make sense as I get more in the story. So we'll call him Sticky. So Sticky was my good friend too. Like all of us, we would run together back in high school. It was me, Roger, Sticky, but me and Sticky went to the same school. So whenever you saw Sticky, you saw me. When you saw me, you saw Sticky. But Roger went to a different school or whatever, but we all three of us would still be cool or whatever. We were all, whatever. Okay. So Sticky was a hustler. We used to do dumb stuff to get money back in the day or whatever. We used to bust some jugs and whatever, So Sticky came to us with a money move, and he said, "Y'all, I have these. I'm trying to think. So I gotta use. He said I have these certificates. So I need something because I'm gonna show y'all. So the certificate says something like this: buy a gift card, a $25 gift card, and get $25 off the gift card. It was like a coupon. So if you know, this was a little move back in the day or whatever. Excuse me. So y'all, he's like, okay. Now, mind you, Sticky had already been doing this or whatever. So Sticky is just putting us on or whatever. He's like, I'm trying to tell y'all it's green. All you got to do is go in here. You got to go in here and buy the gift card. And you got to go to the Walgreens because they're working at Walgreens. So y'all know the little vanilla gift cards. The gift cards were maybe $3.95, but you load in. Oh, I'm sorry, they were $50, I believe. You load in 50 on there, 50, 20 or 5 or $50, and then the coupon is for, let's say, $25 off. So basically, the gift card is free. Only thing you're paying is the $3.95 or $2.95 to load the gift card. Okay, so he prints them off and he gives them to us. So remember, it's Roger, it's me, and it's Sticky. So all three of us are going on this trip to LA or whatever. So I definitely needed the money. I needed to get me some clothes for LA. You know, I ain't really had no money like that. I was staying with my mom. So I knew I had my work check coming. I knew I had that coming for sure. But you know, I'm like, this is my first trip. I'm geeked. You know, I'm like, what I'm gonna be wearing? You know, because your boy always, you know, had to have something on now. You know, even back in the day, you know, like little Lacoste polo. Lacoste was my thing back then. If you know me, if you watching this video and you knew me back then, I had all the Lacoste polos. I had the hats to match. I had the Lacoste V-necks, the Lacoste t-shirts. I needed to get me some fresh Lacoste for this trip. Okay. So Sticky, he gave us the certificates and everything, and he says, y'all, these are going to work at Walgreens. All you gotta do is go in there, get the gift card, scan it. So he gave them to us, and y'all, lo and behold, they worked, right? So we all went, we split up. After he divvied them up, we split up and we all, you know, we're going to our respective Walgreens. We were going to the Walgreens far out. It was this West Bend. I think I drove to Appleton. You know, we were going far out because the ones in the city, Sticky had already pretty much burnt up the ones in the city because they were close by. So you didn't really want to go to the ones in the city because if they had already caught on, you know, we didn't want to get caught. So Sticky put us on the money. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give Sticky his props for that. Sticky will put us on some money now. So he put us on the money move. We got our we all, you know, we got our gift cards. So at this point, we don't know. We not in each other's pockets or whatever. So we don't know how many we had. I ain't gonna lie. I had about I had about $700. See, I was getting busy because I knew I wanted to have me a good time while I was in LA. This is my first trip. I'm like, yeah, and I had to get my clothes or whatever still too. So, yo, I had maxed out my credit card and everything. I had a Capital One card. I'll never forget. I was 19. I had a Capital One card that I had got when I was 18 years old, and I think I had a limit of about $500 or $600 on it. So I maxed the card out to go on this trip and everything. Make sure I had everything that I needed. So we all get our stuff, whatever. Mind you, I done bust about $700 worth of gift cards, whatever. So you know, I'm ready. I'm like, what's goody? What's tea? I'm ready. So we on the plane. We get to LA. We having a good time, whatever. So the party, I think it was maybe 2 days. We got there maybe a day or two before. So we having a good time. I don't know where those balloons just came from, but y'all. So we having a good time and everything. And so we get to the day of the party and everything. Now let me talk about the party a little bit. The party was amazing. I ain't gonna lie, the party was nice. So this was a Justin Combs party. And so you know Diddy was sponsoring everything. Diddy was there. Mind you, y'all, we had to pay to get these tickets. So the tickets to get in the party was $200. But we like, it's $200. That ain't nothing, you know, and especially, you know, me, listen, I already got my money up. I knew I was having me a good time in LA. So I'm like, what's $200? So the tickets was $200. We got the tickets and everything. But also in the party, it was open bar. Now, mind y'all, we not even 21 yet. But it's open bar. It's open food. You know, this is a celebrity party, but they were just so happen to be selling tickets to the general public to get inside the party. So we have our tickets and everything. We inside the party. I mean, we having a ball. We see plenty celebrities. Megan Good was there. Chris Brown was there. Amber Rose. Diddy was there. T.I. was there. Tiny was there. I mean, it was a party. And I guess you could say this was the Diddy party. We were not even 21 in this party. We were young. We were kids in this party. 19. I think, like I told you, Roger was maybe 20, 21. Sticky was maybe 20. So we're at this party and we just having a good time. And, we getting drunk. It's open bar. So, I mean, we getting full. They got these little burger sliders coming around. We from a small, we ain't really used to, I ain't gonna lie, we was used to something, but we weren't, this is like a grand scale, y'all. Oh, wait, and I skipped the part. Y'all, so the party was at a private location. To even get to the party, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. We had to meet up at this like industrial lot or something, this like industrial car lot. You had to meet up a couple hours before the party to check in. So your name was on the list and to get your wristband. Then, when it was time for the party to start, you could not drive to the party. I promise you. I'm not making this up. You could not drive to the party. The party was at a secret location. You had to meet back at that same spot that you got your wristband from because they had Mercedes-Benz Sprinters there waiting on us to take us to the private location. We didn't even know where we were going. So honestly, you really couldn't tell me too much of anything at this point. I mean, I'm like, I felt like a celebrity. I'm like, this is everything right now. I mean, I'm just living, and it was so grand, and just I'm like, we jumping on the sprinters, and I mean, we just really, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So, okay. Fast forward. So we back in the party, we're getting drunk or whatever. We drinking. I didn't get too drunk because I've never been like a heavy drinker. But I'm eating though for sure. I mean, they got these little burgers, the food, y'all. I do remember these little sliders they had. The food was good. Liquor could have been a little better. It wasn't. We were looking for the Ciroc. We like, okay, this Diddy. This just the comes. They gonna have Ciroc. I didn't see any Ciroc. It could have been some there. I think they had Hennessy though, but we didn't care. So, few days go by, whatever. We're still having a good time on the trip, but we end up going to a dispensary. And so there were some gummy bears or whatever. And y'all, I had never taken gummies before. This is my first time taking edibles or whatever. So I'm eating an edible or whatever. And I'm like, this good. It's like a gummy bear. I'm like, this is good. And so Sticky goes, you gonna be messed up. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I don't even feel it. Like it's, because maybe like 30 minutes had went by and I'm still normal. And so Sticky goes, well, here, take another one. I'm like, I'll take another one. I'm like, I don't feel nothing, so maybe I should. So Sticky hands me another one. Roger, this is why me and Roger are still cool. Roger, like, don't take that. Roger's telling me, like, you shouldn't, don't. He like, you gonna be, I'm like, bro, I'm good. I'm like, I don't even feel anything right now. Like, I am good. I'm good. So Roger, like, bro, you was going, by the time Roger had told me already, I had already took it and whatever. So, about another hour or so goes by, y'all. And so after the hour or so went by, I'm starting to feel like, what is going on? So all I remember is that we were down on the Hollywood, is that Hollywood Boulevard? I can't remember. I haven't been over there in so long. Y'all know where like the Star, the Hollywood Walk of Fame and stuff over there. You know where it's happening at LA. So down there. And I remember stopping at a McDonald's. I will never forget this part. And I remember stopping at a McDonald's and me having my head just laying on the table because at this point I can't even function. Right, okay? So they like, you need to get up. Like, what are you doing? You need to get up. Like, we gotta go, whatever. Y'all, it's almost as if I saw my soul leave my body and I was looking down at myself, just laying there, and I could not help myself. And I kept trying to pick my body up and I just could not. It's almost as if, and this is my first time taking edibles. The best way I can explain it is that I'm looking at myself in this messed up position, but I'm not able to help myself. So, and it was like I was looking down. I thought I was dying, y'all. So eventually, Roger and Sticky, and I'm a big dude at this point. I'm maybe 300 to 325, maybe 350. So I'm a big dude. They like, bro, you need to get up. The Uber is here. Now I do remember these people. The Uber is here and everything. So they finally get me up. So we get in the Uber and we head back to the hotel, y'all. So we stay at the La Quinta. I wouldn't even be seeing the La Quinta today for real. Well, you know what? If the price is right, I probably would. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You know, the La Quintas don't be that bad these days or whatever, especially if it's updated. But y'all, we was at a La Quinta and we stayed in Inglewood. We was at La Quinta Inglewood. I'll never forget. And so I walk in. We get there. The Uber drop us off, and I walk in the hotel lobby, and I just vomit. I'm throwing up. I mean, I'm just throwing up. The concierge is like, "Get him!" They telling Roger and Sticky, "Get him! Get him! Get him!" So I'm just throwing up. What? So I go back up to the room. Now, mind you, we're on vacation. I'm like, y'all, I can't do nothing else. I'm done. I'm like, I just can't even function. Roger and Sticky, like, what do you mean? Like, we need to go. Like, we about to go, you know, to the next spot. You know, we just came here, freshen up, yada, yada, yada. Mind you, y'all, too, there was somebody else on the trip, too. We'll call her Sarah. Excuse me. So, Sarah, y'all, Sarah is on the trip as well. I almost forgot about Sarah. But Sarah did not come to the party because Sarah was like, $200? Hell no, I'm not paying that, you know, to get in the party. Like, no, Sarah, like, hell no. So Sarah probably, I believe either Sarah stayed at the hotel or Sarah was out just doing her own thing while the three of us went to the party. I don't, yeah, because Sarah did not go to the party. So we get back to the hotel and everything. I don't remember Sarah being there. I don't remember seeing her at the hotel in that part of the story. But, you know, I'm laying down and everything. You know, I'm incoherent. So they go ahead and leave me. Sticky and Roger know that I'm good. I'm at the hotel. I'm laying down. Okay, cool. So the trip goes by, whatever. You know, y'all know how trips go. Roger and Sticky end up almost getting ready to fight at a TJ Maxx. I will never forget that because Sticky was a little moody sometimes or whatever. So Sticky tried to buck up with Roger, and Roger was not having it. Roger was finna lay that ass out. And I'm like, no, you know, I'm like, wait, y'all, you know, it's not that serious, whatever. So okay, y'all. So the trip is over. You know, trip was good. You know, we had a good time and everything. Everybody leave the trip. Now, Roger and Sticky, they never they used to have issues back in high school too, or whatever. Although I met Roger through Sticky. So I knew Sticky first, and then Sticky introduced me to Roger. But me and Roger end up becoming like this, even closer than me and Sticky were. So after a while, Roger is one of them kind of guys where if Roger get an inkling of like, you know, what kind of person you is, he ain't really too much gonna fool with you no more like that. So Sticky had left a bad taste in Roger's mouth already after the trip and everything like that. So, you know, Roger wasn't too much fooling with Sticky like that. He was like, do this, you know. So, and at this point we grown, so it's like, you know, but me and Sticky are still cool. I'm still cool with Sticky. I'm still cool with Roger, but they don't really, it was no pressure between them, but they just didn't really, you know, they grew up. We didn't really, but I was still cool with both of them. So, maybe let's say a month or so, had went by, and yeah, about a month or so had went by, and I get an email from Saks Fifth, and it says your debit card has been used at Saks Fifth in the amount of no, not an email. It wasn't an email from Saks Fifth. It was an email, but it wasn't from Saks Fifth. It was from Chase. So I get the email from Chase, and they told me that my debit card was being used at Saks Fifth online though, and that the transaction had declined. Now, excuse me, y'all. Let me get some water. I'm like, Saks Fifth online. I'm like, and y'all, I'm 19. I'm like, I ain't even never even bought nothing from Saks Fifth. I'm not looking at nothing from Saks Fifth. We didn't even have a Saks Fifth in our city at that time. I don't even think so. So, all right, y'all. So I'm like, wait, what is going on? I'm like, Saks Fifth, and it was for a little over 1,000 because it was two $500 gift cards and then plus the shipping and everything too, or something like that. So, but it was about 1,000. So I'm like, what the hell? You know, I'm like, I think somebody like, you know, maybe have gotten my car information. I'm not really thinking nothing of it. So, you know me, I'm like, I got to get to the bottom of this because although it didn't go through, first of all, I didn't have $1,000 in the account on the card for them to even use it. So, you know, I'm still kind of like, what the hell? Because luckily it wasn't no money in that account because it was a separate account. I had two accounts. I always had two accounts, like I just had some money. Sometimes it was barely anything in either one of the accounts, but I always had two accounts. So, excuse me, y'all. So I call Saks Fifth up. Hello. I'm like, yeah, I'm calling because I made a transaction. Now, mind you, I didn't make the transaction, but I just wanted more details. And I said, I made a transaction and I'm wanting to know, why didn't it go through? And I also want to see what just what the transaction was for or whatever, because that's how I found out it was for 2 gift cards. It was later on. Now, when I had first got the notification from Chase, I just knew that it was for $1,000+ from Saks Fifth. And so they say, yes, provide us with the name on the card. So they say, provide us with the name on the card, right? So I go ahead and give them the name and everything. And they say, okay. They said, well, do you have an order number? I say, well, no, I actually don't have an order number. I said, I think I sent it to the wrong email. So I give them the name on the card and everything. And they say, well, we can't. I was like, all I need to know is the shipping address. What is the address that the items were supposed to go to? I want to verify that it's correct. So they say we can't give you that information because we don't even know. How do we know it's even you? We only have the card, your name. That's all I was able to give them was my name and the card number if they asked for it. But I didn't have enough information to verify that it was me. I didn't have the email. I didn't know the phone number attached to the order or anything. So I say, okay, I pay it. A couple hours go by. I call back because I'm like, no, they about to tell me. So I called them up again. I say, hi, I'm hoping I got a new person because I didn't really have any more details to give them. So I told them, yeah. So they finally give me the information that I need. So I give them what I had, which was the amount. I had my card number, my first and last name. I had all the information for the card, my first and last name. So I must have got another person, and they end up giving me the information that I needed, which was the address. So the address to where the items were going was very important for me to know because I had to figure out, okay, wherever these items is going, that is where that's who got my card information. And I just wanted to make sure, I knew that I had been on a trip. I never had even imagined that anyone on the trip would do that to me. So that wasn't even my first mind or anything, nothing like that. But I'm like, I just kind of wanted to know, like who the hell's using my card? Where they're sending it. I was nosy, and I probably was bored this day. So I probably had a little time on my hand. And so they read off the address to me. And so it was an address in my hometown. So I'm like, this is weird, So they read the address to me. And I told them, I said, run me the address one more time. So they running me the address. So then I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, did I buy something from? I'm like, no, Keon, you did not go on Saks Fifth and do, even though the address wasn't mine or whatever. I'm like, damn, it's still, mind you, 19. It's still not clicking for me. So I remember I had wrote the address in my notes because I was like, damn, okay. So I tell them, okay, thank you for the information, yada yada. So the phone hang up. I go and Google the address. I'm like, who address is this? And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, this address actually looked kind of familiar. So I go on Google, I put the address in. I type it in. Y'all, it's Sticky's address. Yes, it's Sticky's address. So at this point, I'm a little perplexed. Okay. So I'm like, wait, no, me and Sticky are like this. I'm like, this can't be. Sticky did not, no. So, y'all, at this point, I'm in denial. I put the address in again because I had to make sure, again, 19. I had to make sure that this was what I was seeing. And I'm like, no, never. So I believe I probably called I'm almost for sure I called up Roger. Hello. I let Roger know what happened. We chop it up about it. Roger like he did that shit. Roger already like, Roger gonna be like, yeah, that's him. Roger like, yep, he stole your car information. Roger actually a little bit more mad than me. I really couldn't even really register it. I guess for me, it was like, damn, this was my friend. You know what I mean? Like, and me and Sticky were close. Like, Sticky, I would look out for Sticky sometimes. We scratched each other's back or whatever. I remember, earlier in that year, Sticky was going through a hard time. I went and I used to work at Walmart or whatever, y'all. So I remember Sticky was going through a hard time. I would put groceries. I remember one time I put some groceries in his house because he told me he was going through a hard time, whatever. So I had an extra $50. And I worked at Walmart, and y'all know we wasn't scanning everything anyway at the self-checkout. So I'm like, you my dog, whatever, I got you. So, Jack's Pieces, chips, sodas, and cakes, and pack of ground beef, stuff like that, because Sticky had his own crib or whatever. So Sticky was going through a rough time though. So I had put groceries in Sticky house before. I had just looked out for Sticky because the way I treat my friends, if you my friend, like you my family. Like I really do hold them close. So I just couldn't believe that Sticky had did this to me, y'all. So I ended up writing Sticky's. I ended up trying to get in contact with Sticky. For some reason, could not get in contact with Sticky. I don't know. I don't remember this part of the story, but I remember um writing Sticky's baby mama because maybe Sticky was either not texting me back or Sticky was playing around. So I remember telling her like, yeah, he stole my debit card information and yeah, and she like, okay, like that's kind of the reaction I had got from the baby mama. She like, okay. So they were getting ready to have a baby or whatever. So the baby mama was pregnant or whatever. So the baby mama was due probably in a couple of months. The baby mama was probably due around like January, maybe. I can't remember. But she was kind of like, okay, or whatever. But y'all, Sticky has stole my card information. And what I'm guessing, how this ties back to the LA trip, he had to have gone in my wallet while I was probably intoxicated and got in my card information. That's the only way. And mind you, we were all in one hotel room. We were in a double bed. It had two beds, but it was four of us in the room. So y'all know how that go. We kids, whatever. So we at the La Quinta. So, and how I am, I'm on a trip with you. I'm laying my stuff down. I trust people. So, I'm just like, at that time, I'm kind of willy-nilly, my wallet. I'm not thinking that I'm on a trip with my friends that I have been knowing for years, since we were in high school. Y'all, he must have went in my wallet and gotten my card out of my wallet and must have took a picture of it. That's the only way I'm thinking while I was asleep, while I was intoxicated. Because remember, I told you I was incoherent. Y'all, that right there, it changed something in me. It really did, because it made me see that like no matter how good you are to people sometimes just is not good back to you. Like, I don't know like what was going through Sticky's head when he did that or whatever. And there wasn't no money on the car. Hell, we all broke. So I don't know if he thought I had more than him or we're all broke. Okay. So I don't know why you thought I would just have $1,000 sitting on my car at the age of 19. But boy, were you wrong. We were all broke. So, excuse me. The moral of the story, y'all, is be careful who you keep within your circle. Be careful of the company that you keep, because everybody is not who they appear to be. I would have never thought in a million years that Sticky would do that. I just would never thought that. So after that or whatever, Sticky and I end up seeing each other in a club or whatever. We chopped it up. I'm not one to hold on to stuff. I would never mess with you like that again or whatever. But I ended up seeing Sticky in the club or whatever. Maybe like 2 or 3 years that went by or whatever. We chopped it up. It is what it is. So don't have an issue with Sticky to this day or whatever. We went to the casino before together, and y'all probably like, you went to the casino with him. We did. We lived in the same state or whatever. We had both moved out of town at that point or whatever. So we went to the casino, but that was the last time I had saw Sticky. I ran into Sticky again maybe 2 years ago at the airport. Because we from the same hometown, and I believe we were flying. We had lived in the same city again, so we were flying probably on a flight back or something like that. But y'all, that is the story of my LA trip / my friends stealing my debit card. Child, listen, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful out here. You got to be careful. But I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all that story real quick because I thought that was so funny. Because like looking back on it, I'm just thinking like, first off, I didn't have $1,000 on that card, and why would you do that to me? But that's just the way the cookie crumbles in life, y'all. But I just wanted to get on here and tell y'all that real quick. And yeah, that is the story time. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.